Welcome back to our test review. This is Chapter 3 test review. We're going to go through pages 2 and 3 now. All right, number 13 asks for rational zeros. So they're asking you to find P over Q. Okay, remember this is your P. This is going to be Q. And the factors of P are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. The factors of Q are 1 and 2. Now all of these are going to have a plus or minus on each number. So I was a little late getting that on there, but you see that in your answers anyway on your handout. All right, so if we do P over Q, we're going to have plus or minus. We're going to do 1 over 1, 2 over 1, 3 over 1, 6 over 1, 9 over 1, and 18 over 1. Then we'll do 1 over 2, 2 over 2, which we already have, 3 over 2, 4 over 2, which we already have. I'm sorry, there's no 4 over 2. 6 over 2, we already have that. 9 over 2, and then 18. And I believe that is answer choice C. Okay, number 14. All right, find the zeros and then state the multiplicity of each. Okay, so we have 5, x plus 1, x plus 8 squared, x minus 8 to the third. Okay. So this is going to be negative 8 as a 0. Its multiplicity is 2 from here. And then we will also have 8 as a 0. Its multiplicity is 3 from there. That looks to me like answer choice B. Okay. Number 15. Find a polynomial of degree 3 that satisfies the given conditions. We have zeros, negative 3, negative 1, 4. We have P of 0 equals, put that down here, negative 24. So remember, with that ordered pair, we're going to have to find our K value or A value, whatever you want to call it. It's the shrinking and stretching factor. So we're going to start off by building our polynomial. We're going to put that A in front. Each 0 gets a factor. Okay, and then let's go ahead and find that A value so we don't forget about it. So our y is negative 24, our x is 0. So that's going to be negative 12 divided into negative 24. That means our a will be 2. Okay, so now we know that we have f of x equals 2 times x plus 3, x plus 1, and x minus 4. I'm going to go ahead and multiply these two together first. And then multiply by x minus 4. Okay, those are going to go to 0. And there's our equation. Now let me just double check that against the answer key. That's at the back of my handout. Hang on just a second. Okay, they did not multiply it out, but you're going to need to on your test because It does say the polynomial has real coefficients, so that's what we want to have right there. Okay, moving on to number 16. Graph the polynomial. All right, if you were asked to do this on your test, here's what I would want you to do. First of all, I see I can factor out a 2 here. I'm going to go ahead and take that out. All right, now that gives me some really important information. That tells me x minus 1 is squared. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to build my table. I know my zeros are 1 and negative 1. The multiplicity of the 1 is 2, of the negative 1 is 1, and that means at 1 it touches the x-axis, but at negative 1 it will cross. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and graph my zeros. Okay. All right, this is degree 3. My 2 is positive in front, so that means my end behavior is going to be something like this. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in my ends. Okay, let's see here. What else do I know? I know for turning points, I'll have the degree minus 1. I'll have at most 2. So we're going to change direction twice, at most 2 times. Let's see what else is going on here. If I choose 0 for my x, which is smart because that's also an intercept, I'm going to get, it looks like 1 maybe for my x-intercept. No, it would be 2. So if I put 0 in here, here, and here, I'll have 1 times 2. So 0, 2 is my y-intercept. I might have called that my x-intercept. It's my y-intercept. All right. I still know that I'm bouncing. So let's also check out what happens when I pick negative 1/2. Okay, that's going to take me a little bit of time here. So f of negative 1/2, 2, and negative 1/2 minus 1 squared, negative 1/2 plus 1. So 9/4. So that's 2 1/4. So it looks like it's going to come up, go through there, and go back up. And that's the sketch of my graph. Let's see, that looks like, if I had to guess, choice C. Let's double check that, make sure we're correct, and then we'll move on to the next page. We're good to go. All right, number 17. Okay, use the graph to factor. All right, the first thing I'm going to make note of on number 17, when I look at the graph, my zeros are -3, -1, 1, and 2. So far I know that I will have x plus 3, x plus 1, x minus 1, and x minus 2. Now it looks like the graph crosses at each, so they're all going to have an odd multiplicity. And if I look for that equation, the ones that have those zeros would be choices A and C. So it's either A or C. And then I'm going to look at my end behavior. I have both arms up, so that means I have a positive in front, so I'm going to go with option A. Let's see if we're correct on that one. Yes, we are. All right, moving on to number 18. Find any vertical asymptotes. Okay, Okay, vertical asymptotes. H of x. If you'll recall, they come from the denominator of my equation. So I'm going to go ahead and factor that. And I'll have two vertical asymptotes written as equations of lines. And they're vertical lines, so it's got to be x equals. Number 19, horizontal. All right. When we're looking at horizontal asymptotes, we're going to start by looking at degrees. The degree of the numerator is 1. The degree of the denominator is 2. The numerator's degree is less than the denominator's degree, so my horizontal asymptote will be y equals 0. Number 20. Another one with horizontal asymptotes. All right, I notice here my degrees are the same, so I'm going to compare, and my horizontal asymptote is y equals 5 over 9. Number 21, oblique asymptote. This happens when the degree on the top is greater than the degree on the bottom. To remedy this, I'm going to use synthetic division, or I could do long division. I am not interested in anything else from here. Y equals 2x plus 15. Okay, let's do a quick check of some answers before we move on. Oh no, they said on 21, y equals x plus 11. Okay, crew, where's my mistake? I don't think I have one. X squared, 2x plus 7x minus 9x minus 4. I don't know. X plus 11. Oh, silly. Sorry about that, guys. Let's fix this real quick. This is a 1 here. Let me just start completely over. This is what happens at school too. See, nothing changes when I'm working from home. I still make mistakes. No big deal. All right, here we go. 1, 7, negative 9, 1, 4, 11. There we go. Okay, I'm going to stop this video right here.